What's up, you guys? I'm Dan, this is Frugal Not Cheap, and today we'll review my 2024 financial year. So it's a little bit late, but I do want to say Happy New Year 2025. Hope the year is going well for you so far. So looking back at last year's finances is something that I like to do annually. This way I can see how I did last year, and then I can decide whether to adjust my behavior or my budget. Looking at my total spending for the year, we can see that I really spent a lot. This is actually about double my normal spending. As people on Caleb Hammer's show often tend to say, it was a weird month. In this case, a weird year. No, but seriously, most of that increase in spending was due to a very large purchase that I made that I'll be talking about in the future. If we take that out, we can see that my spending is much more in line with my historical spending. I spent a little over $44,000, whereas I spent about $36,000 in 2023 and around $39,000 in 2022. Looking at this graph, I think you can definitely tell where I moved to Texas, because my rent went up from around $850 to more like $1,450, and of course it's gone up since then, with more kind of transplants like me driving up the housing prices. Anyway, so my spending did go up by about $7,650 year over year. And looking where that came from, a big chunk of that was coming from travel. So I spent $2,300 on a round-trip ticket from DFW to Kansai International so I could visit with my parents in Japan. And that was really expensive. Normally I would spend more like $1,300 to $1,500 on a ticket. So just choosing a more convenient itinerary that included a non-stop flight from Tokyo to DFW on the way back really increased the cost quite a bit. And I kind of regret it a little bit. I probably wouldn't do that in the future, but hey, I got all excited and I just kind of booked the flight and that was that. The total that I spent on travel was $6,235. So the remaining $3,900 was actually paying for travel that I'm going to be taking this year, 2025. I get to go to Japan. I also get to travel to Vancouver, and then I also get to travel to Thailand as well. So really looking forward to all of that. All right, so if we exclude travel, how did I do on my budget? Well, here it's not that crazy. I spent around $3,700 on non-travel, non-weird purchase, spending. And that's very much in line with my historical average. The main places where I overspent were on restaurants and also entertainment. I spent $3,100 on restaurants, which is way, way over budget. But at the same time, somehow I got my grocery spend down to $2,100. In part, that's thanks to some gift cards that my family sent. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for those. I think they probably subsidized my groceries to about $400. So we're more like at around $2,500 for the year there, really is the real number. So for the overall food and dining category, I overspent by about $450, plus the other $400, so I'd still say, yeah, we're probably about $850 over budget on the category. Then when we look at entertainment, I spent $1,150. I don't regret my spending at all, though. I had a really good time going to the opera. In fact, I had 2 season tickets to the opera, and so I got to treat a couple of friends to some of those shows. 2 of the shows are still coming up, and I'll get to enjoy, the fruits of that spending last year coming up. Then I also had a lot of fun, going to movies, going bowling, playing poker, doing mini golf. And also most recently taking a cooking class. I'm also seeing on my budget here that I had, above budget medical expenses, but my budget was wrong. Even just the annual dental plan that I have with my dentist, I think it's up to $450 or $500. Even that's more than I budgeted, so clearly I needed to tweak that category. So overall though, my spending of around $38,000 was in line with the historical average. You can see here how much I spent over the past 3 years. And the best news is that even though I did spend quite a bit, my net worth did increase in 2024 thanks to very strong performance in the market. And then of course I do have income. So the spending that I did was, generally, well, excluding the big purchase, within my means. And of course, most importantly, I am still on track to meet all of my financial goals. How did you do in 2024? I hope it was a great year and you'll have an even better 2025. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.